see. Just gonna edit some stuff. Let's see, edit details. All right. Let's see. Let me put my headphones on. Okay. Let me actually duplicate this layer. Move that. So let's name this background. Good. And then let's say reference 1. Let's say line art. And then let's duplicate this one so that I can I can color pick from this one. Let's put that up. So I'll have two different ones, different opacity on it. All right. Oh, let me turn on the symmetry too. There we go. How do I move this to make sure it's in the center? Reset to center. Is that the center? It might be like 1 pixel off. I think it should be fine. But I want to try to make another outfit that matches a previous Vtuber model I made. I already have like emotes that are actually inspired by this exact outfit, so I'm trying to see if I can like recreate it reasonably. And then I'll have to cut it up afterwards so I can rig it. And it's gonna look weird at first. So let's make that shirt. Let's make this chest. I'm not trying to do too much with this. And then let's add the layering, or the lettering, I should say. Maybe make it black and then we'll change it to white. That way I can just see it easier. I would just like cut and paste, but I think actually that might give me a bigger headache, considering this has some gradient stuff on it. Let's do it like that. Like that. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't even know. This is just kind of made up. I call it cyber language. I don't know what that means, but it reminds me of like the streetwear from Splatoon. They're all written in like really cool, like graffiti-like text. But I don't know if it's actually saying anything. Okay. There we go. I'm also trying a different software today. It's called Resprite, and it's very similar to Asprite. But the main difference being that it doesn't mess up my GPU, or at least I don't think it does. So that's where we're testing today. I had to restart my stream like 5 different times. And I tested it earlier on OBS and it was like spiking my GPU, so I don't know what happened. Which is crazy considering I literally just bought a bunch of new parts recently. So that's super annoying. Like, I physically cringe every time I think about how much that stuff costs. Okay, let me make this a little less curved. I think this is okay so far. Alright, and then we're gonna turn that on. Let's edit this layer to make it all white. Let's go like that. Let's go like that. matrix. Pocket tool. Oh, okay. I'm like accidentally flashbanging myself. Holy crap. Let's do like slight 2x2 matrix maybe? Oh, let's make that a little brighter. Yeah, I think that matches actually the other one. I had initially drawn this pixel model with the same software. I did use Resprite for that instead of Asprite. Because it was on Android, so if I wanted to, I could just draw it on my tablet and then easily transfer it to my desktop. Okay. I love how this is the part that I start with. But I have to finish the shirt first, so this is part of it. Also, the toggle down here for the symmetry tool is really nice. Makes it a lot easier. Okay. And then the entirety of the shirt. So it looks a little strange, but it'll look normal, I promise, as I work through it. And then let me draw the straps. Let's say straps. I'm for the most part gonna copy these ones. I don't really have any reason to do these differently. Maybe want to make it a slight color difference. Maybe. Okay. Let's take that. And then maybe I'll make it a little bit nicer. A little bit nicer. There's only like so much I can do with these toggles. I feel like I have a lot already, so actually let me show them off real quick. So, okay. Let me move it. And then let me zoom. So last stream I worked on 2 controller toggles. So I worked on this one. Well, actually, let me just reset everything. So I have this switch one right here that I think is my favorite so far. I'm very happy with this one. And then I have a different one. And I have it set on my Stream Deck so that I can switch between them. So yeah. I like this one too, but I think I like the Switch one better. So, yeah. Very happy about those ones. And then back to the drawing arm. I also have this feather tool that I'm using right now, but I can switch it to my pencil. All right, back to work. Oh yeah, I did draw that on the wrong layer. Let's fix that real quick. And then erase that. But yeah, those toggles are going to be used obviously when I start gaming and doing stuff with that. So I prepared them ahead of time just in case, but it was also fun to do them on stream. I don't think I would have had the motivation to do it otherwise, to be honest. Sometimes I like overestimate the amount of work it'll take to draw certain toggles. Erase that. I will say about Resprite is that the brush seems a little less pixel perfect. I don't know. It seemed a little bit more jagged than a Sprite. Let me outline this. Let's get like an orange color. Not this orange, like an orange red. Maybe darker, like a brown. Yeah, I like that. Again, it's gonna look weird, but I promise that is for a reason. I should probably put these in groups too. Let me do that. Let's do shirt plus chest. And then let me also save that as a new file. Let's call it secondary outfit. Let's save it as a Resprite file. There we go. That way I don't forget. Jeez, my internet is not doing me justice right now. but that's probably my fault for trying to dual stream, I guess. Okay, I like how that looks so far. And then let's start to do the jacket too. I'll refine everything at the end. Hello, I'm trying to put it in this group. Okay. Let's see if that's grouped properly. There we go. Let's name this shirt orange. That way I don't confuse myself for some reason. There we go. I actually want to edit this a little bit. Let's hide this. Okay, and then let's re-outline it. I can get the right brush. Yeah. Trying to get the shape of the shoulders right. There we go. And then maybe adjust this a little bit. It's a little bit like sweatshirt. I don't even know what to call it. Because it's also going to be like a crop top at the same time. So let us shade just a little bit. I'm not going to do too much. Because why would I? At least not at this stage. I want to try more dithering like that too. Okay, good start, good start. And then let's add that in. Okay, so I'm going to need to move these down like that. All right, now let's make a new group. New group. Nope, I don't want to. Okay, you know what? I'll just have to make a new layer. We're gonna call it again a jacket. And then we'll make a group. Okay. It's gonna be grayish. Let's call this jacket front 1. Again, I'm not trying to do too much with this. But I feel like I've learned a lot, so it might not be as big of an undertaking to make this outfit as I thought. Ugh. So I'm not going to make this exactly the same as my other design, but we'll make it close enough. Oh, why isn't the slider popping up for this? What the heck? Whatever. Whatever. Save. I do want to add a hood on the back like this, like a really big one. Maybe this will be my opportunity to improve that design. We'll try. Okay. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Wonder if I still have that model in my YouTube studio. I might, but I don't want to check right now. Okay. I have to make sure I'm zooming out so I can actually see how it looks. I do want this inside part to be purple. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna do this properly. Let's see. No, that doesn't make sense. How did I even do this? Oh, I see. Kind of. I think I did it like this and then I glued two different parts or something. Okay, there we go.